Hi, everyone. Welcome to
Pretty
Pretty
prayers.
Prayers.
Hi. I hope you guys loved brokenness.
Yes.
I hope that it would encourage some of you guys. I hope that you were able to relate, and I hope we were honest enough. It's a
Yes.
lot more. We want to hear emails and everything from you guys, so we can go into details because brokenness it was a lot.
It was.
It's different layers to it. But we also want to talk about part of us getting past brokenness was forgiveness.
Yes.
We had to get to the step of forgiveness. So this episode will be about forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Why it's important. Who to forgive. What happens when you forgive. You know, forgiveness is really, it's a very touchy subject because it's like sometimes you could think like, this is what this person did. This is just,
It's hurtful.
it's
It's
hurtful.
very hurtful. And I'm gonna just be honest. When I went through my brokenness, I felt betrayed. I felt rejected. Um, I felt like like you stepped on me, and it put a lot of anger inside of me, and it just altered who I was, and all I was focusing on was what that person did. Like it
Right.
just magnified. It's like a magnifier. Like you just sit there every day, you wake up, and it's like,
You upset.
yeah, you be
You be
upset.
upset.
You be upset. You don't want to forgive. Forgiveness is very hard because you don't want to forgive. Nor is forgiveness acceptable in society right now because they were like, forgive. What I'm gonna forgive them from? Like I'm gonna look weak. I'm a people gonna want to try me. If I forgive this person, then they gonna want to try me, or that person gonna want to try me. No, no, that's a mindset that we got to get out of. And then we think forgiveness. Another thing is we think that forgiveness give the other person freeway. Like, oh, why I gotta forgive them? We think that we think that we're doing a favor to the other person.
Right.
I'm gonna forgive you. No, you're not getting my forgiveness. My forgiveness is golden. It's not. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's not gonna. The forgiveness gonna be more for you than them. Like it's gonna release them too, but it's gonna free you.
Yes. Okay. So, for forgiveness, listen, no matter what somebody did to you, it's, the whole word forgiveness, it's basically, you're basically a victim of whatever the case may be. And somebody offended you, somebody hurt you, somebody just did something wrong to you. And it's just like you have to make up in your mind that you're going to, it's a change of mind, that you're going to change your mind, your feelings, your emotions, wanting that revenge, wanting that comeback, wanting them to feel how you felt. It's it's that change of mind that you just like, it's all good, it's all good. I'm very big on forgiveness. Now don't get me wrong, like if I'm hurt or something is wrong, it takes some time, but I just know God says to, forgive so that his father can forgive us.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't forgive, you block your blessings. And it's like, let's say you praying for a new job, or you praying for, something specific or something that you really want. And it's like, is it worth whatever you really want, whatever's dear to your heart that you really want? Is it worth you not getting it because you can't release the person? Like you can't just let it go, like let the hurt go?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I did notice, when you are upset with someone, when you have that unforgiveness, you're harboring so much in your
Mm.
heart. And when I say harboring, you're angry, your heart is upset, like you are mad, you're angry. And you know what that causes?
Sickness.
Sickness. I'm in the healthcare field, and trust me, people are in there stressed out because let's say they just got into an argument, and so many things could happen because you're so mad, you're stressed, like you're upset, you're stressed, like you want that revenge, like somebody did something to you, and it's like, get them back. I'm gonna
Mm.
get them back. I'm gonna show them like they're not gonna try me no more ever again. And guess what? They come in there and vehicle accidents. They done got into accidents because they're so upset. They having People are having heart attacks because they just argue with somebody and they're so stressed, like their heart is pumping, is racing, and it's like, when you forgive somebody, it's that release. It's the release for you to feel better, for you to be okay, for you to move on with your life. And it's just so important to like forgive. I've, sometimes like I remember like a while back I would pray and I'm like, God, help me. I want this, I want that, like whatever I'm praying for, right? And then it's just like something to show me like, and I ask God, okay, forgive me for my sins. And it's like, let's say I get like a little flashback in my mind and it'll show me like pictures of people that like I'm
in
probably
your
just
heart.
fussed out that's in my heart, or that God knows that it's still in my heart. And it's like when I'll be praying, something's like, you need to forgive them. How you gonna ask me to forgive you? How you want to make it to heaven, but you can't forgive somebody because you sin every day. When you wake up, you're sinning. Don't think you're walking out here and you're not sinning. You are sinning, but thank God He died on the cross for us so that our sins are forgiven. But we do still need to follow His ways and do the right thing and forgive others. So with that being said, when I would like pray, it's like I would just I would get these like the flashes of like people, and it's like God, like I don't want to pray for these people, and He's tell you pray for your enemies, pray for the ones that hurt you, and it's like no, God, you see what these people doing to me? They lying on me, they dirty in my face, like why? Like I want something to happen to them, like I want it to happen right now. Maybe I can go do something to them, like like pay somebody to go do something to them. And God's like, no, that's not the way. That's not what you do, because what God can do to somebody is far more greater than what you can do for yourself. And as I've gotten stronger in like praying, the more you pray for somebody, guess what? It's so hard to even after a while they can keep hurting you, hurting you, hurting you. That's if you allow them to. But like let's say you're going through like a court system or something, they just lying on you. It's gonna be hard for you to be so upset at them. You can be a little hurt, just for that little moment. But you're not gonna even be angry with them, because when you praying for them, it's gonna be so hard for you to even hate them because you praying for them. I say to forgive them. And for me, once I've been doing that and I've done it, as of right now, I don't. I believe in my heart. I don't have nobody in my heart. I ask God, please, like whoever I've done wrong, God, let them forgive me. And whoever's done me wrong, let me forgive them. I want to move on. Nobody is worth anything that I'm praying for. Like, and I have lots of prayers that I pray to God, like things that I want, things that I need for my children, for their growth, like everything. And it's just like if if God is saying that I need to forgive them, get whatever I want, like let's just say, right? Let's just say God said, let's say, okay, let's say when we was talking about brokenness, right? If somebody took your man, right? Now I'm just saying, and you hurt, you was sad, you was broken, like the relationship issue, like let's say you were broken, and the girl constantly was just like sending pictures to your phone, like, yeah, girl, I got your man, or I'm pregnant from your man. And it's just like you ready to fight, you ready to go knock on her door with a bat. Let's just say that's what you wanted to do. But God said, you know what, Chantel? I give you praying for $5 million. I'm gonna give you that $5 million. You gonna let that go? Are you gonna let that hurt go?
Society gonna tell you no. Society gonna tell you no. But before you get into pray for people, that was a step I had to get to because I was in the angry phase of like society, like how you said, oh, you want that person to feel your hurt. When I was broken, I wanted them to feel their hurt because I felt like I was good to them, and it's like I felt like I didn't deserve this, and I couldn't understand why this person did this. So before I could pray for them, I just wanted God, they hurt me. I want them to feel it. Like, and it's like, I just wanted them to understand my hurt. Like, it's like, if you could just understand it. And then the more angry it got, I realized it was altering me. So it wasn't not no long text I could have sent. I could have cried tears of blood, and it wasn't nothing that I did was going to change that person or make them understand my hurt. Right. Nor were they going to come and heal me. So I had to look past of them feeling my hurt or understanding my hurt. I had to look past that because I tried to do it, like I literally tried to do everything in my own might, and no matter what I did, that person didn't feel my hurt. They didn't understand that hurt. They still told me it was my fault. They still had their eyes on me and what I did wrong, and they didn't take no accountability for nothing they did. And that just angered me so much. And until I got to a point where I realized I can't change that person.
Okay.
And it's like the vengeance that I get, it may not even feel enough for what you even endured. That's why it's better to go to God about that person because He know them better than you, and He know how. And it's not to say because it's not to say, oh, God gonna get them because I would hate that type of prayer. When you know you're not over a situation, when you still praying for God to get them, because when you truly over and you truly forgave somebody, God bless them.
Exactly.
Lord, help them to be a better person. Exactly. Lord, help them that they don't hurt nobody else. Exactly. Because that's when you know that you release them out of your heart because you're not praying those prayers anymore. But it takes a while to get there. It takes a big while to get there. In the society that we live in right now, it's not going to allow you to forgive nobody because it's going to tell you that you're weak. Right. But really, it is really a manipulation of the mind because you're actually stronger when you forgive someone. Yes. It actually weakens you when you sit up there. You could act in anger and you could go terrorize someone. You could break a window. You could cut someone off. You could make them feel bad. That is not growth. And that does not really grow you, nor is that doing anything for the situation. And really, what's really strengthened is when you release it. That's when you can really grow. Because having unforgiveness in your heart is like putting on clothes. And eventually it's like, Ashley hurt me, put that jacket on. That's Ashley hurt. Oh, this person hurt me, put that jacket on. So now you walk around with everybody that done hurt you since you 5 years old. You got clothes and layers and layers of layers of people that hurt you. Right. Your daddy, your mama, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your friend. You got all this. You remember it. And for me, my hurt play in my head like a movie. So it's like you remembering it. And you imagine living day by day from 5 years old and now you're 25, 30, 35, and you remember every hurt that everybody ever did to you, and you got imagine putting on the clothes for everybody that hurt you. Yes. So now you heavy, and for me, I was heavy, and I worked when I used to go to work, and with my customers. Here you go. What? Like, what do you want? Why is you coming to my truck? They didn't do nothing to me. But because I had so much layers of hurt on me, it was altering who I was. It was making me angry. It was changing my heart. It was changing my character. So when I noticed it, that's when I had to remove it. And when I prayed, like how God revealed to Ashley, God to open up your eyes. God to give you dreams. God to give you visions. Sure. God to give some. If you ignore both, God to make a child come to you and say, "Hey, mommy, forgive that person." Yes. Because yes. He's gonna show you because God wants you to be free. Unforgiveness puts you in bondage, and you gotta remember who this person is. Now I gotta walk around angry because I gotta remember Ashley hurt me, and I can't. I'm not free. My mind not free. My heart not free. And like Ashley said, it creates sickness. It makes you get in accidents. But for me, all that she said, that was fine with me. Ashley done picked me up from an accident that I purposely got in. But no, oh, but God. For me,
I remember that.
Oh yes, vengeance was mine. Vengeance was mine.
Sister would have got revenge and had to call me.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. Like, let me tell y'all what I did. I was upset. Y'all know how us mothers are. We feel like we entitled. So once we lay down and have that baby, it's our baby. Nobody else's, not the daddy's. Nobody else's, not the grandma, not the daddy mama. Nobody. It's mine. I had it. Being ignorant, something came back to me that I heard my child. This is so childish, y'all, because you cannot control when a person. This is not the topic, but you cannot control who your child around when you decide to co-parent. But that's another topic. That's another episode. I decided that I'm gonna get in front of them and I'm gonna speed up and I'm gonna smash on brakes. Angry. I'm just angry. They hit the back of my car. Ashley, come get me. Yeah, I just got in an accident. Purposely. And then it cost me so much money. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, emotions. Like that's another thing we gotta talk about too. It's like controlling our emotions.
Listen. For Ashley, the anger and the accident, that's not what changed me. Like that's not even it ages you. Like it makes you look old. You wonder why your hair receding or your hair getting gray, or you getting wrinkles, or you 25 and you look 32 or 35 or 30. Like you wondering, it's all that
That hurt.
unforgiveness. Everything
Yes.
you holding on to, everything
Harboring it in your
you
heart.
harboring it. It's like this is my hurt. I'm gonna hold on to this hurt
Let it go.
until I die. Never gonna forgive anyone. Like, come
Let the hurt
on.
go. Let the hurt go. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And again, because I've had unforgiveness in my heart towards several people, towards let's say it could have been friends that like did something wrong to me, or past relationships that like did something wrong. It's just like no, like y'all hurt me. And while I'm again, just like the brokenness, while I'm there, I'm hurt. I'm crying. I'm upset. They out living their life. They don't care nothing about me. But it's like when you release them, you feel good. You free. Like you're free. It's a weight lifted off of your shoulder. It's
Mm-hmm.
a weight lifted off of your shoulder. And then you know, like, okay, I'm good. Like, and then you start seeing things like happen for you.
Open it
Like,
up.
you know, like let's say it was something that you prayed for and you wasn't seeing it. Let's say it was a job you wanted or something. And it's like, you don't let it go. You okay, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And now your blessings is coming. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, so maybe that's like what it was. But sometimes you'll never know. But again, like it even tell you that in the Bible, like when you harboring stuff in your heart, man, that thing bring a lot of like tragedy, a lot of it's just like so much life out here to live. It's so much life. It's so much life instead of sitting there being mad at people. Like let it go. I know it hurts. I know it
Mm.
hurts. I've been hurt
It's
so
gonna
many
free you though.
times. I've been hurt so many times. And I remember when I really started like getting in the church and getting my life right, they'll say forgive, forgive, forgive. And it's just like, forgive who? Why? Why? Like God see what they did to me. God know my heart. You ever use that
Oh
phrase? God
my
know my heart.
God, that's the whole
God knows
point.
my heart. No, my heart was very evil. Like it was bad. Like it was wanting that revenge. It was wanting that comeback. It was like it was just not right.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I prayed for them, like I remember the first time like I heard like this sermon, it was like, oh, forgive. Like one thing about me, if I'm going through something like let's say whatever the case may be, if I'm just feeling lonely or I'm feeling, I'm just feeling good and I'm having a good day. How to love Jesus when you're having a good day, like just whatever the case is. I type it in YouTube and I just listen to like something motivational. So let's say, right, I put in forgiveness, or this person hurt me, like how do I let it go, or what to do when you're in failed relationships, like just whatever the case is. So I put in something and it's like it told me pray for them. And I'm like, pray for them. So I really like one day I went and I'm just like, God, I don't want to pray for them. Like I want you to do
Mm.
something to them. But it was like, no. So I'm like, all right, God, you said to pray for them. So God, that's your child, forgive them. And then I'm on to the next step. But the more I knew that I'm asking God to forgive me, and it's a verse in the Bible. I believe it's in Matthew or Philippians. But it's a verse that says, ask God for whatever you want. Ask him for whatever you want. Believe in your heart that you have received it and it will be yours.
Mm.
However, while you are standing asking God for what you want, forgive so that
Mm.
my Father may forgive you for your sins.
Mm.
And that repeatedly went through me because I know, God, I'm trying to get to nursing school. God, I'm believing one day I get married again. I'm believing, whether it's you want a house, a new car, like whatever it is that you praying for, that you asking God for, all you have to do is believe it and he'll give it to you. But the next verse right after that, it says to forgive. It's
Mm.
so important.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first commandments is love.
Mm.
Love. And that's something that it is hard to do. But once I started doing it and I would pray, I'm talking about now it's just like somebody hurt me. Now, I haven't had no new hurt, nothing, seriously that really just happened. But when I was going through it and I didn't think I could ever forgive, I didn't think I could ever see anybody else like or see whoever like out in public. Like when I was just like kind of going through that and I just started praying, it was just like that release. It just felt so much better. It felt so much better
Mm.
to where if not a person still just trying little slick stuff or they just doing stuff
Mm.
towards me, it's just like it's them. It's something wrong with them. Like, and I ask God and I help them. God, let them see you. Let them serve you how I do because the love that I have for God, like it really make me think twice about a lot of things.
Mm.
Before a couple years ago, I wouldn't think twice. Like my mouth was reckless. I cursed anybody out. I didn't care who you was, like elder, whoever the case may be, I just, but I thank God for growth. I thank God for wisdom. I thank God for change. But that again, it came with prayer and it came with me learning
Mm-hmm.
to release stuff, forgive people because it made me feel better. Like I know when I'm not angry at nobody and I just truly let it go. And when you truly let something go, if you have the opportunity, let's say the dirty day face, if you got the opportunity right now to get revenge, to hurt somebody, to get them back, or to blast them, and you have the opportunity and you do it, you ain't forgive them.
Mm.
You did not forgive them. But if you have that opportunity and you just really like, nah, I don't want to see that happen to them.
Mm.
Like it's all good.
Mm.
That's when you forgave them. That's
Exactly.
when you let God smile. That's when doors open up for you. That's when things great can happen for
Mm.
you, your kids, your family, everything. So
Yes, yes. The heart. A lot of people forget about that. They say God know your heart. That's the whole point. And Ashley is telling you guys how you will open up doors for God if you release your heart. But when you don't open up, and when you don't release people, when you harbor people in your heart, when you don't forgive, you give the enemy legal right to you. So when things are going negative or something in your life, it probably is a test from the enemy because he have legal right to you. Hey,
right,
God, you see Ashley? Give her here. She ain't forgive this person. I could put a storm in her life right now because she didn't forgive that person.
right,
And it's like when you truly want to move and operate, like for me, it was my kids. I didn't want nothing that I did because everything is a seed. We plant seeds for our kids every day. Every day that we walk, we're walking not for ourselves, but we're walking for the kids and the generations after us. So if I walk wrong, if I do something to Ashley, that's a seed that I sow. If I decide to get revenge on Ashley, let's just say if I bust out your windows.
don't do
I'm
that.
I'm just saying if I was to do that to her, right? Then that's something that I do. I have planted a seed.
Right,
Everything that we do plant a seed. So if I talk negative to her, if I do something negative, that's a seed. So now it may not get repaid back to me. She may not bust out my windows, but something may happen to my daughter because I'm walking for my kids as well. I'm walking for my life. I'm walking for maybe even if she don't bust up my windows today, maybe 5 years later. Like everything that you do, you're planting a seed for your tomorrow. You're planting a seed for generations after you.
right,
And you don't. The worst thing you want to do is be used by the enemy because that's the reason why people even hurt you from the beginning. They be harboring their own. They be going through their own thing, and that's why prayer is needed. They're God's children too.
exactly.
This person that hurt me is still God's child. God, listen, I don't know what happened to them. I don't know what's going on in their life, but Lord, help them to help them to know you like I know you.
Right.
Show them you, Lord. Show them who you are. Release them because they could be a person could hurt you and they could be harboring something from their childhood. It don't have nothing to do with you. This is just them, and I hate that this is just me, but whatever. That's just how they are responding to life, and they're just hurting you, and they're gonna hurt someone else.
Right.
So it's like, God, stop it with me. They hurt me, Lord, stop it with me. Show me how to pray for this person. Show me how not to be a victim as well,
Right.
because victimizing yourself will limit you. It will stop your growth, and it'll keep you stagnant. Because it's like, I'm the victim. Ashley hurt me. Kiki hurt me, this person hurt me, everybody hurt me. And it's like if you look at life like everybody's hurting you, if you're always the victim in every situation, how you growing?
Exactly.
How are you growing?
And it's with like accountability too. What did you do to let them hurt you? Or maybe you didn't do anything. It's just like, you know what? Just let it go. Just let it go because, you know, it's just you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
It's like a high. It's a peace.
it is. It's a peace, it's a release, and it's just like you want to do better for yourself. You want to do better. You want to just continue to ask God for wisdom. You want to grow. You don't want to block any blessings. Um Again, especially if you have children, they watching us. It's
Mm-hmm.
like look at the world right now, right? Everything's so chaotic. A lot of people, right? They've they haven't been taught well, or maybe they did have great structure. However, they just went and did their own thing. But sometimes it comes with us as parents. Like sometimes we need to like let go of our emotions of that. Like let's say we all know baby mama, baby daddy drama, right? Okay. I'm just gonna give a scenario, right? Let's just say, let's say I was in a relationship and it didn't work out. We have children. So, okay, let's say the dude left me. He left me and now he's out. He's with all these different females. He's enjoying his life. And now my kids, unfortunately, they're with just different people too. You know, me as, let's just say, the baby mama, I cannot act a fool around the kids,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because now that's planting seeds with them, letting them think, oh, okay, when I go to school, if she step on my shoe, or she touch my book bag, or she doing something on my TikTok video, then now I know how I can act because I see how my parents treat each
Mm-hmm.
other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, we just really need to just
Forgive.
forgive. We need to really look into our lives and just try to do better. None of us are perfect. Like, no matter what it is that we're going through, instead of like just picking up the phone, hey girl, like, or you see what this person did to me? Look what they did to me. It's just like, just take a step back. God, help me. Help me. Show me, God, what did I do in this
Mm-hmm.
situation? How can I fix this, Lord? How can I, just do better? How can I, just not even get into this type of situations again. Like, let's say it was a failed marriage. God, the next man that you have for me, God, please let me not repeat these cycles. Help me to see the red flags ahead of time, God. Help
Mm-hmm.
me, Lord. Like, what is the red flags? Like, what is it that we're not shielding and protecting ourselves from, that we get back into that situation, whether it's a friendship, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's relationship, whether it's a job, like let's say you can be at work and you know you good at this one job, or you will find at this one church, now you on to another church or a new job, and now you having the same problems. It's like sometimes it can just be the people, because people are hard to work with, but sometimes like, okay, what is it about you? Like, why are you going through this again?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it? So
For me, every day is going to require a new level of you. So, whatever level of Chantel was yesterday, I need to step it up from yesterday. If I was a level 4, I need to be a level 5 tomorrow. And it's all because it's pushing me to be better, because you don't want to be stagnant in life. And that's the power of forgiveness. For every darkness I ever been through, it always, although even if it wasn't completely my fault, every darkness always exposed some weakness or something I need to work on inside of me,
right,
which is good. I know society tell us not to be weak, but if I only could know, if I don't know, I can't grow.
right,
So if I don't know I'm weak in that area, it's hard for me to grow. I don't want to be the same Chantel I was 2 weeks ago.
right,
I want to be forever evolving, and forgiveness do that to you. Forgiveness helps you to have compassion and understand what that person may going through.
right,
Like, oh my God, Ashley hurt me, but you know what? That's what she was taught. That's how it's in her. That's she giving me the same hurt that was given to her, or the rejection that was given to her, or the mistreatment that was given to her. She repeating it, and she repeating it on me. It's gonna stop right here with Chantel though. Whatever we repeating in her, is not coming to me,
right.
and I'm gonna forgive her because it's gonna release me. It's gonna take me out of bondage. People think forgiveness is doing something for the other person. It's
For
doing something
yourself.
for you. Like I gave that scenario about holding on to all your hurt from when you're 5 years old. When you finally get to age and you forgive everything that you endured from 5 years old, you can remove it. And it's like you stepping into a new person, and you're stronger, you're wiser, you can see different things. So
Right.
previous hurt that hurt you in the past, you're going to have an open eye for it because you forgave it, you endured it, and you let it go. And like for me, I God humbled me with forgiveness with the death of my father. Like me and my dad had a very good relationship. Um, but for a long time, especially like when I was in college, I was upset with him. I didn't feel like he was in my life enough. I felt like he put work. It was a lot of different daddy daughter issues that I had with him, and I held on to it. And he would call my phone, and I would not prioritize him. I would not answer him like I should. But then I got to a point and I forgave him for everything. My dad was from Pakistan, so you asking a Pakistani man to conform to what I feel like. I'm American, so I want him to be American dad. He's a Pakistani man. He don't know what American dad is. I had to forgive him and I had to release him. And me and him was able to create so many memories. But guess what? Had I forgiven him earlier, had I grew up a little earlier, I would have had way more more memories, more pictures, more experiences, way more time with him because I forgave him earlier. Now he's dead, he's gone. Good thing God blessed me that we created a great. I have a lot of memories. I love my dad. Oh my God, we probably was at the best part of our life when he passed.
Wow.
But it makes me think like if I would have let that stuff go in college, my college years would have been way different. I would have had way more memories with my dad, but now he's gone. And that's the thing. What we got to understand, we got to take advantage of the new grace that God gives us every day. Every day is new grace. Forgive somebody, release somebody, because it's going to release you. It's going to bless you. It's going to evolve who you are.
Right. Imagine the people that never get that opportunity. Good thing you did get that opportunity to forgive your dad and to have that good relationship. So now you're at peace. Hopefully, you're at peace that
Mm-hmm.
he's, no longer with us. But you know, some people don't have that. That person will die because we take people for granted. And I'm speaking for myself because I know sometimes probably I've taken people for granted as well. But it's like we can take people for granted, and guess what? When they close their eyes and they dead, that's it. And then now you're living with regrets. Maybe at that moment you're like, oh, this person shouldn't have done that, or this is how they were. But eventually, as life goes on, you're gonna really like it'll probably eat you alive. Like you could have forgave them. Like whatever y'all went through, it wasn't that bad. Or maybe it was that bad, but it wasn't worth like now you'll never see this person again or whatever the case may be. So some people hold stuff in and it's like you never know if you'll ever like when they walk out that door if you'll ever see them again. So when they do say get the flowers while they're alive, give the flowers. Send a phone call. If you know somebody in your heart, maybe we speaking right now and probably not even flash somebody that you really don't even like right now. Send that text message and say, if I did anything to you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And don't even say it if you don't mean it. But if you truly mean it, you praying, God help me. Like, let me forgive. Because God says love covers a multitude of sins. A lot of people right now are in hell because of unforgiveness because they couldn't love, they couldn't forgive. So if you can't forgive somebody, why should God forgive you? So with that being said, if there's somebody like real talk, if you can forgive somebody, like if somebody, whoever the case may be, whoever the person is, if they done flashed your mind, send a message, truly mean it.
Even if it's
Forgive them.
you, even if it's yourself. Sometimes we need to forgive ourselves. God give us grace every day. Forgive yourself. But if you did something in your past, give yourself grace because God gives us new grace every day. So if I did something yesterday, we condemn ourselves. And sometimes we need to release ourselves out our heart. And sometimes we need to release God out our heart. We be mad at God. And it's like, no. Because if you could trace back your anger to God, I'm pretty sure you could trace back to something that you had a red flag about. Now you blaming God, and it's God gave you the signs He showed you before time, and you ignored it. So now that your chance is over, you feel like it's God's fault. No, forgive God, forgive yourself. It's gonna free you. It's gonna empower you. It's gonna take you out of this bondage of this world, because this world wants you to be way down and angry and tired and frustrated with everybody because they feel like everybody trying you. No, let them go. If everybody growing, listen. If somebody not growing on your level or they not there, it's okay. Just because you forgive them don't mean I gotta keep you back to where I was. But that don't mean you gotta hate them forever. That don't mean you gotta want to see them do bad. That don't mean that you gotta wish nothing on them. Because to be honest with y'all, if y'all really want to be real, when you have that unforgiveness and you wishing that bad, y'all really operating in witchcraft because you got that evilness in your heart. You believe in it and you putting it in your heart. That's all you got to do is believe it and speak it. So Ashley hurt me. hmm She gonna fail. I believe it in my heart. I said it out my mouth. I just sent the witchcraft to her for it to operate. Like, no.
And now you're a whole witch out there.
No. I ain't calling y'all no witches. I'm just saying that's a principle that you operate in.
Right.
Because you wishing bad on someone, and you even though they hurt you, like that. Just because somebody hurt you does not mean that you have to do the same thing to them. I'm telling you, it's a different feeling when you could be the bigger person. Because I personally, like Ashley said about her mouth. Oh Jesus, my mouth, like, and because I was raised with boys, it was my mouth, and I felt like I'm gonna do something to you. Like if I gotta flip a table, if I gotta fuss you out, like you wanna fight, like like that was the past. But I could honestly tell you, after I fussed you out, after I flipped over that table, even after we had to have a fight, I could guarantee you I still didn't have peace in my heart. I wasn't at peace. I didn't feel yes. Like it's still some type of like heaviness beyond you. Like you now you want to go get more now you want to go be more angry. I'm telling you, when you release and you forgive, it's freedom. It's like you could float in any room and you could grow. It'd be grace. Doors open up for you. It's like favor follow you everywhere, and people could like see it on you. Like that's Ashley.
Yes, you glowing.
Yeah.
Like you happy. You truly happy. Not Instagram happy. You like you truly happy. So I have a question for you, Giselle.
What?
Okay, so let's say right, somebody's very hurt
Mm-hmm.
and they want vengeance, and I mean they want vengeance bad, and they feel like the only way they'll be happy is if they see that vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell them? Of course, you're gonna tell them forgive.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna ask them like, why? Like, what is it that you? Why you want to see them hurt so bad? Like, what? Once, let's just say if okay, they want vengeance, right? So what's the worst thing they could do to them? If they shoot them or if they take their car, whatever. I'm trying to figure out what is it gonna make you feel? Like what's the feeling that you what my question is, what's the feeling you trying to reach? You really think that's gonna make you feel good? Like do you really think you gonna feel
I've
like
heard it
yes,
before. I've heard that before, where somebody would say yes, they
it's gonna
would.
make you feel good? I could guarantee you that feeling is gonna be short lived.
Temporary.
It's gonna be a temporary high. You're gonna feel good in that moment. Then reality don't sit in. It's gonna sit in. And it's consequences.
Right.
You cannot go to the judge. I shot Ashley. She hurt me. She deserved to be shot. The judge gonna look at me like, and then that's the same thing with God because you know what's funny? I had to tell one of my friends that because when I was going through what I was going through in my brokenness, and you know she loved me, and she wanted me to handle them like they handled me,
Right.
and she was just like, "You beautiful, you can do this, you can do that." And I told her at the end of the day, we all gotta walk with God.
Yeah.
I cannot go up to God on Judgment Day and say, "Yeah, God, he was cheating on me, so I cheated on him." God gonna be. We have our own walk. God not gonna give me a free pass. All right, Chantel, you can get in heaven. No, what did you do? I don't care what he did to you. I don't care if that person stole your money. Chantel, what did you do?
Because God gonna say He allowed it to happen.
To
He
test
allowed
my
it,
heart.
and what did you do? No, don't tell me what the other person did, because the other person's gonna have the answer for themselves. But what did you do? How did you handle that situation? That's what it is. That's important.
And listen, some of this hurt that we go through is a trap. It is a trap. And you think, okay, like for instance, um, let's just say you hurt me, right, Ashley? Um, in any type of way. Let's say I don't know, let's say you stole from me. I don't know. She not gonna be. But let's just say you hurt me, right?
I don't want what nobody got.
And it's a distraction. The hurt that you gave me is a distraction. And sometimes it distracts me from where I'm going. I'm on a path. I'm starting this business. I'm going to school. Maybe I'm flourishing my life with God. And this is a distraction. And you distracting me with this hurt and this pain that you inflicted on me. And you also triggering previous hurt that I already overcame. So now the it's all a set and a trap to put me back into more bondage. Because now you stole from me. Now I remember when such and such stole from me 5 years ago. Now I feel like two people done stole from me. These two people tried me. I gotta show people. Because if I don't show Ashley, I already let Sush try me 2 years ago. Now Ashley tried me. If I don't show people, if I just keep letting everybody steal from me, everybody gonna want to steal from me. So now I got no, that's society mentality. No, that is not true. We gotta pray about everything, every decision that we make. I gotta ask God, hey God, what is it why are these two people stealing from me? What I need to do? How do I handle this situation? Because if I handle it wrong, right? Now I get caught up in this trap. I get caught up in this bondage. Maybe I do something to Ashley. maybe in maybe I do something to you. It could end me up in jail. It could end me up to lose my job. It could put me back in bondage, or it could set me back in my life because I fell for this trap for when this person hurt me, and now I want revenge. And it was all a setup from the beginning to get me to hinder who I was and to stop me. What if I was pushing for greatness? I was a one way from this new business, and you tripped me up, and I fell for it, and I allowed this hurt to hinder me, and then I chose not to forgive you. No, now because I chose not to forgive you, I told God to shut the doors, like, because God only could do what our heart allow. Right. And if my heart say I'm stopping right here because I'm for the show Ashley, she gonna be the last one to steal from me. I can't go no further. I'm stuck here. I'm stuck at the same Chantel from 2015. It's 2021. I'm still that same Chantel because I had to show society that she ain't gonna try me. One thing about this life, we're gonna all have trials. We're gonna go through tribulations. We're gonna be hurt. No matter how much we try to not be hurt or not get hurt or not let anyone use us, abuse us, or it's gonna happen as far as like you being hurt. The good thing is that God heals our heart. Mm-hmm. And that's just like saying you had a failed relationship, but now you're not going to go into a new relationship because all men are cheaters or all women are cheaters, or, it's like, no, God gives us new grace. He gives us new mercies. Mm-hmm. And you guard your heart. Don't put nothing past nobody, but you don't have to, feel like everybody's like that. But it's okay to go back out there and date again and to live your life again. And hopefully, you did pray and God showed you like, okay, this is the right person for you, so that when you do get married, hopefully you don't get hurt. But if you did get hurt again, God will heal your heart. If somebody stole from you again or did anything wrong, God will heal you. God to help you. Like, but this whole world is full of trials, it's full of evilness, it's full of a lot of stuff. But it's just like, what are you gonna do to handle it? Like, what are you gonna do? You can't stop everybody. You can't. Like, you can't. You can't. Mm-hmm. That's true. In the Bible, I believe it's in Matthew. Jesus was telling his disciples, "Woe to the people who have offense. Offense has to be in the world. Like, some things has to happen because, like I told you, every darkness that I ever been in exposed some type of weakness in me. And sometimes, like diamonds, you have to go through that fire. You have to go through that. Don't let it set you there. Don't let it keep you there. Don't let it alter who you are. Some of you are beautiful people. You have a lot of love to give. You got a lot of things to show the world. Don't let unforgiveness put you in bondage or trap you to where you want to be in life, where you don't want to be in life. You want to be at level 12 and you still at level 8 because you choose not to forgive. I'm telling you, forgive, yes. Let it go. Take off them layers. Take off them layers of hurt. Release people out your heart. And I'm telling you, it will free you. It will open up more doors. It will give you, it will show you something new inside of you. It will strengthen you as well. So that's it right there. That's strength. It's gonna give you strength. That strength right there. It's gonna give you strength, and I'm telling you, it's gonna give you more peace than getting that vintage on your own. And before we go, I just gotta say, sometimes what we want to do to people is way too nice from what God want to show them. If God humble them, I'm telling you, they'll be different. If you humble them, you probably might inflict pain in them right there, but it ain't gonna change them. When God humble you, He could bring you to your knees. Yes, and He could do vengeance. Vengeance is God, and it's His because He can do it a lot better than us. Yes. So release some people. My thing today is to release them out your heart. If you need prayer points, guys, email us. We will give you the scriptures. We will give you the prayer points. But prayer has to be developed, and you have to learn. A lot of times, like Ashley says, she don't want to pray for them people. But I'm telling you, sometimes God will use somebody to hurt you so that you could develop your prayer life, or that you could pray something out of their life. And it may be a setup from God as well to help them grow. So that's what I'm saying. Release them out your heart. Pray for them. And get strengthened. Like, we all want to be better. We all want to be better at where we going. If you got kids, even if it's just for you, I'm telling you, brokenness and unforgiveness, they are tied in together. And I'm telling you, both of them together If you have brokenness and unforgiveness, I'm telling you, it's gonna isolate you. And you're gonna every day is gonna be a hard day. It's gonna be a battle just to get out your bed.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's some freedom when you take off them layers of hurt. Have grace on other people. Just have the same grace on yourself too. If you did something, even to yourself, if you feel like you should have, it's your fault about something, give yourself grace. Release yourself out your heart. Release God out your
You
heart.
talking to me right now.
I'm telling you, like you gotta open up. But guys, we put our email is on our Instagram, it's on our YouTube. Email us. We want to hear from you guys.
Yes.
We want to pray. Listen, we want to pray with you guys. We want to give you prayer points. We want to give you scriptures because prayer has to be developed, but prayer is the key. No matter what episode that we have, we're going to always tie it back to prayer because prayer is what changes things. Like it gives you visions, gives you revelations, it gives you dreams. Prayer, God wants to talk to people. God wants to free some of his people, all of his people. Yeah. If you allow it, it's up to us. Yeah. He's a gentle God, so it's up to us and how we want to live our day-to-day life.
And the thing is, he says that his people perish for lack of knowledge. A lot of us don't have that knowledge, but we've prayed and we ask God, God, give us that knowledge, that wisdom, that understanding. And that's why we're able to sit here and do what we're doing because before we didn't have that knowledge. We didn't have that peace. We were like out here ruthless, like
firecrackers.
But now it's just like, I'm thankful to God for what he's done. Like, I'm really thankful, but
God have the glory. So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Unforgiveness.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support.
Forgive someone.
Let it go.
Let it go and forgive someone.
Forgive.
Have a good night.